If you guys like couples gaming channels, then click the link down below. We play Sims over there too, and we would love to see you there. Hey guys, it's Fantayzia, and welcome to another island living related video. So I wanted to kind of make a video telling you guys the pros and the cons of island living, at least in my opinion. A lot of people will have different opinions, but I wanted to just share mine in case maybe you enjoy a lot of the things that I enjoy when you guys see me like play my Let's Plays and stuff like that. So maybe some of these things you'll also feel the same way, and it'll kind of help you decide if you are on the fence on whether you're going to get the pack or not. So first we're going to start off with the pros, because I wanted to start off with like the positive things, and there is a lot of things that I really do love about this pack. If you guys have seen my gameplay videos, you know I really enjoy this pack. The first pro is actually amazing detailed Create-A-Sim. So if you guys have seen the Create-A-Sim videos showing the Create-A-Sim items, they're really great. They're very detailed, they're very tropical, they very much fit the theme. Like, your Sims will fit right in if they're living in Sulani, and I just think they gave us a really good amount of things this time. I feel like even the toddlers got a little bit more than usual. That was really great in my opinion. I didn't like see anything that I felt like was hideous or anything. There's always going to be things that I feel like I won't use, but guys, I gotta say, this is one of the packs where I feel like I will use almost everything. Of course, not every single thing, but a lot of it. Like, I was excited for a lot of different things that we got. So yeah, and the hairs are really great. There's a lot of wavy and curly type hairs, and I just think they're beautiful. So the next thing is very fitting build and buy. So this kind of goes hand in hand with that. I just feel like the build and buy, they did a really good job with that too. I was really impressed with the way, I don't know, just the vibe I was getting from everything. It was giving me just a lot of Bora Bora vibes is basically how I can explain it. If you guys don't know what Bora Bora is, search it up, and it was just giving me all those vibes. And guys, my dream vacation is to go to Bora Bora, so I was just like very pleased. The beds are beautiful, even like the wallpaper and the flooring, the simple things like that, I just really like them. I feel like I'll get a lot of use out of them, and I think you guys will too. And I mean, of course, a lot of the things you will mostly only use in Sulani. However, there's a lot of things that I feel like you could totally incorporate into other builds too that may not be as beachy. So that's amazing. So the next thing is livable world. I know so many people are happy about this, and this is a big pro. I also agree that I would be pretty sad if it was just a vacation world, although you guys are going to hear later in the video some reasons maybe I wish it was a vacation world, but I wish it was like both, you know, but I don't know. They've never done that in the game, so I don't know if that's something they can do. I kind of wish it was livable and like a vacation type of thing, but anyways, that's besides the point. We're getting off track. So yeah, livable world. I'm very happy that our Sims can just live there, and we can have any Sim live there. We don't have to worry about spending money to stay there for a certain amount of time on vacation. You don't have to worry about not being able to actually purchase a home there. You can go right in, buy a home. You can start your Sim's life off right in Sulani. And I think that's amazing. It gives us more like possibilities to do in that world. And also, then it's bigger, because I feel like vacation worlds are very small. So another pro is the size of the world. It's not huge, but you guys, let's take a little trip down, not even memory lane, because it wasn't even long ago, but to get famous. Let's just think back to that. That world was very sad. You know why? Not even just the fact that it was small. I mean, it was small, but the fact that it was so beautiful, like when you're actually playing, but then you can't do anything with it. Like, it's so hard to just place the lots you want to place, and that just really sucked. So I feel like Sulani is the perfect in between. It's not really big. Of course, Windenburg is like amazing. It's huge. It's great. You can do so much with it. Windenburg, that world blew my mind. That's like, I feel like that's maybe my second favorite world actually, but Sulani is my top favorite just because it's not too small. It's not huge, but it's perfect. It has enough lots. It has 14 lots, which I think is pretty reasonable. You can do what you want to do with it. So another thing with the world, like, oh my God, we're still talking about the world. Wow. The world is really impressive to me, okay? It is beautiful. So that's the other pro. It's just beautiful. If you guys are a fan of beautiful worlds, this is going to be a favorite of yours. The views are stunning. I just feel like you're going to be very pleased and relaxed and satisfied when you play in this world. It's like, I mean, if you've seen videos of it, you know, but I feel like when you're actually playing and looking at it for yourself, it's another story. Like, guys, I could stare at it for so long. You don't even know how much footage I have that I cut out of my gameplay video that is just me going around looking at the world because I just couldn't stop looking at it. It was so pretty. So the next thing is ocean swimming. I mean, that is a given. That was just so great to have your sim step right into the water. I loved that so much. And I was very impressed. So let's talk about that a little bit. So it's not just ocean swimming, how you would think the Sims 4 would have ocean swimming. I feel like this is even more so a pro because they can swim a lot further out than I thought they would. I actually mentioned that to one of the sim gurus, and yeah, I was like, wow, you can swim out pretty far for a closed world. Like, it kind of gives you that feeling of an open world. It's the very first time I almost felt like The Sims 4 was open world. It's obviously not, but it gave you that. It gave that effect. I don't know. I really like, I just appreciate how much open water we have, how far your Sims can go out, and it doesn't feel so closed in, you know? So definitely pro, big pro. And then the next one is new supernatural, of course, which is mermaids. So everyone is so excited about mermaids, and I think they're adorable. I love the way they swim. I think they did a great job with them, and you can make evil mermaids if you want to, so that's really cool. I love the different things they can do. They can sing like lullaby, like siren things to other Sims, and like it'll like affect them. You can ask other Sims if they're mermaids, and obviously the ocean swimming, and yeah, there's certain things that can like decrease their hydration, which I think is cool. And also you can become a mermaid either in Create a Sim or in game. You can just get kelp and then you can do it in game. So I think mermaids were really well done. They are definitely a supernatural type that I was most excited for. It's so crazy because the two supernaturals that I feel like are my favorite, sometimes I have trouble deciding because I also really like fairies, but I gotta say, if I have to narrow it down to two favorite supernaturals, two that I would be most excited for, it would be mermaids and witches. And guess what? We're getting mermaids so soon. The pack is almost here. And then the next pack, the magic pack, witches. I mean, they haven't like talked about that pack, but like, of course there's going to be witches in a magic pack. So I can't wait to find out more about that pack. But anyways, that's off topic. Next thing is dolphins. So, dolphins are adorable. Dolphins are something we've never really been able to interact with like that before. I was blown away when I saw them in the trailer. I thought it was the cutest thing. I was very surprised. I didn't expect that. And you can do more with them than I thought. Like, I was like, ooh, can we just like, you know, click on them and like talk and that's it. But as you get to know them, you can talk to them, you can tell them to do tricks, you can rub their belly, you can feed them, and all these cute things. I think it's so cute, and they can like spray you. I thought that was really adorable, and you can actually gain a relationship with them in the relationship panel, and you can name them. So you can just have like a bunch of little dolphin friends. How cute is that? I feel like it'd be really cute if you had a mermaid that just had all these dolphin friends and she's never lonely, or he's never lonely because he has his dolphins around. So I'm really happy about that. And then the next thing is 4 new careers and odd jobs. I want to put those together because it's like the same type of thing. I didn't expect 4 new careers. I expected maybe 2, and I didn't expect odd jobs. So I think that's really impressive. Now, they may not all be active careers, but I think we can all appreciate more careers coming into the game because I just feel like there's not enough. I do appreciate every single time we get like a free one, like the freelancer career. That was really amazing. And of course, because it's an active career, but I feel like whether they're active or rabbit holes, I feel like we just need more of both. So we need more rabbit hole careers and we need more active careers. Like, for example, like a teacher career. I'd be totally okay with a teacher career being a rabbit hole. Hopefully we'll get that someday. But yeah, getting 4 new ones was very exciting, and I think they're all really great. Like we get a diving one, fisherman, we get what was it called? What was it? You know, the one where you're going around the beach? Why can't I think of the name? You know what I'm talking about. That's like my favorite one. I can't think of the name. And then we get lifeguard. So, and then the odd jobs, they're really cool. So the next pro is new lot traits. So I really like new lot traits because I feel like they spice up the lots. I don't know, that your Sims just act different on certain lots when you put the lot traits down, and I feel like we could always use more, and I personally really like them. I always want to put them on like every single lot I place down if they're not already there. So yeah, the lot traits are pretty nice. There's one where like you can put clothing optional, and then you guys, you can make your nude beaches. So that's lovely. That was totally sarcasm. I mean, I think it's going to be hilarious. I feel like all of us are just going to make these nude beaches, and it's going to be funny. All these Sims are going to be walking around with just whatever, the blur around them, and yeah, that's going to be interesting. I'm excited to see what people do with that one. And the next thing is just simply beaches. We finally have our beaches, you guys. I don't know if that's just a big deal to me, but I have heard a lot of people mention before that we need beaches. Why is there no beaches in The Sims 4? Because like, true though, right? Like I feel like a lot of games, not to compare or anything like that, but I just feel like we've always just had beaches, haven't we? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just felt like we just didn't have that. I mean, cats and dogs, there was like a lot that felt like a beach, but like, I don't know, it just wasn't that beach vibe. And I guess because you couldn't just swim right into the water and we couldn't suntan and all of that, it just didn't feel like a beach. So now they do. They feel so much like beaches, and I'm so happy about it. Like, do you ever just want to go to the beach with your fam bam? Because I mean, that's just gonna be great. Like, even if you don't want your Sims to live in Sulani, you can take a trip to Sulani with your fam bam and just have a beach day. That's gonna be so cute because you can bring the whole family, because the toddlers can play in the sand and go in the water, so they're not left out. So I just think beaches are a big deal. Next thing is sun tanning and sunburns. Actually, that is the last thing. So there's a lot of things in this pack, but like, I can't just, put everything as a pro. I feel like that's a little excessive. So like, I put the things as pros that I personally really, really enjoy. I love so many things in this pack, but these are the things that stood out to me a lot and kind of would, like, I don't know, it would make me, if I couldn't decide if I wanted this pack, those things would like be reasons that I would buy it. You know what I mean? So suntanning and sunburns, a lot of us were like, why didn't that come with seasons? And so many of us were bummed about it. I definitely was. And I remember I used a mod for a while that allowed that, but I just needed the real thing, and now we have it. And I had a feeling they were holding off to put it in this type of pack, so I'm so glad they did. And I love the way it works. Like, you can get like if you're wearing a shirt and you get burnt, like, you literally have the lines from the shirt, and I just think that's awesome. So I'm glad they like made it detailed like that. And then you can put sunscreen on if you want to be protected and everything like that. So now on to the cons. We gotta have the cons. But I will say, I thought for quite a while about cons, and there's a lot less cons than pros. So that's a good thing, because I definitely feel like some packs have a lot more cons than this. So that kind of shows that this is a really good pack. The first thing is no hotels. I've gotten some comments that are really bummed about this, and you guys, I definitely am too. However, I kind of understand why. We'll talk about that at the end, but no hotels. Like, I really wanted them. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I just feel like hotels, when you can actually check in to the hotel and like other Sims are checking in and all of that, it's just really awesome. There's a cat running, if you guys just heard that. Okay, so the next thing is no resorts. That kind of goes hand in hand. I would have settled for one or the other, like either hotels or resorts. I definitely was okay with not having both, but we don't have either. Again, I kind of know why, so I'll mention that at the end too, but resorts were one of my favorite things in previous Sims games. I loved them, and I was really hoping for that. I'm not going to lie. I love the whole vibe of like a Sim, even if we couldn't run it, even though I love doing that, I would love to be able to run my Sims resorts. But even if we couldn't, just like having your sim at least go to a resort and like other sims are staying there and like swimming in the pool, sliding down the slide, eating together, and there's like a buffet area and just all that fun stuff. Like, I don't know. I would love that so much. And yeah, yeah, I don't know. And then if you could like own the resort, it'd be really cool if there was certain things you had to do to upkeep it, even little things like adding chlorine into the pool and stuff like that. If there was a pool at the resort, things like that, I would have really loved to see. So the next thing is no boathouses. So I personally don't mind this. However, this is in my cons because I was trying to also, like, even with my pros, there are things that I think are pros, but there are also things that I think are general pros that like a lot of people will think are pros. Just to kind of give you guys an idea, of what I've heard a lot of people say and a lot of people's thoughts and stuff like that. So houses are something that I've heard a lot of people say they're bummed about not having. Now, that wasn't like the top of my list. I would say if there was two things that I'd want the most in the pack that are not is like hotels and resorts. But the boathouses, I mean, they're really cool. I just feel like because it's closed world, I don't know how it would have worked. However, I definitely feel like it could have been a thing because like I said, the water that you can swim out into, you can go pretty far. So I definitely feel like there could have been houseboats, and I definitely feel like it could have been very nice. And your sim could like go from one place to another on their houseboat. But let's just be thankful there's boats and jet skis and all that. But yeah, I definitely think a con would be no houseboats because it was a cool thing, you know, it was a different concept, just different than all the houses we have. And I would definitely pick, I will say this, I would pick the houseboat. Like if we had one houseboat in the whole world, I would pick it to live in. So the next thing that is something that I feel like we'll get in the future, but because I don't know if we will, we might not, I had to include it. So no swimming in other worlds. So I mean, that would most likely come in a free update, but because it's not coming in the free update like that we're getting next, I don't know, like they didn't say it's not possible. They didn't say it wasn't something they can't do or anything like that. This was just like their first attempt at, you know, ocean swimming. So it could come. It definitely could, but I don't know if it will. So if it doesn't, then that's a big con because I want to swim in all the worlds. And I know a lot of you guys too. I've heard, or a lot of you guys do too. I've heard a lot of you guys voice your opinions on that. Or I guess I should say I've read a lot of your guys' opinions on that because I've seen it like in the comments. So hopefully that gets added in the future. But for now, I would consider that a con because it's not something we don't, or I mean, it's something we don't know if we're getting, and like we may never get it. Am I making sense? So the other thing is no vacation houses. So this kind of goes back to where I said, I don't know where I said it, but I mentioned how I wish it was like livable and vacation, like in one, maybe like split down the middle, like half of it was a vacation world, half of it was living. I don't know if that could ever be a thing, but that would be really cool. And then it would be cool if they had vacation houses, or maybe it's a livable world, but you have the option to rent a vacation home. Wouldn't that be cool? I feel like that would have been perfect for Sulani. And yeah, wouldn't that be great? Comment down below your opinions on that. I think that would actually be a super cool way to have a livable world, but also have the option where your Sims can vacation there. I'm actually wondering if we're going to get the option to buy a vacation home in the future, or not even a vacation home, just buy a second home. I think I've seen that like said to the gurus before, people wondering like, will there ever be an option to just buy another home and you could like travel back and forth from the two? I think that'd be really cool. And it'd be really cool for certain worlds, you know? So last but not least, and this probably should have been higher up on the cons list, no swimming underwater. So I think no swimming underwater is a big thing for a lot of people. And honestly, I feel like a lot of us just kind of expected that we could. I think that's the problem. So I think a lot of us just assumed, oh yeah, we're going to be able to go underwater. Why wouldn't we? Cause it just, I don't know. It just seems like something that would be in a pack like this, but it's not. And again, I know it's not open world. However, they could have done like a loading screen or something and then we like appear underwater. I think that'd be so cool to see. I'm glad we can at least like look under the water from above. The water like you can see. underneath, you know? That's really cool. But how cool would it be if we could actually go under? I'm not saying this is something that I'm like really disappointed with, but it's definitely something that I expected, I guess. So I guess, you know, it's a con because you can like kind of see under the water, and it makes you want to know like what's fully under the water. And there was some renders that kind of made it seem like you could go under the water. So a lot of people thought you could. Like there's a render where a sim is like under the water and we can see them fully. So I feel like that kind of tricked a lot of people, and that kind of sucks. So it would have been really cool to see that, and if we could go snorkeling with them, because we can go snorkeling with them. Like even if we couldn't go under the water with them unless they were snorkeling, that would have been fine with me. Like having them just like disappear when they go snorkeling, it kind of sucks because like you don't really know what they're doing under there, and like they do come up with stuff. So like I'm not too disappointed. Like I feel like if they didn't even come up with anything, like they didn't collect anything, I'd be like, what? I mean, I was very pleased just with the fact that my sim came up from under the water with like a underwater photo. I was very excited about that, so I wasn't like mad, but I guess like while she was under there, I was like, hey, what do I do now? I'm just like waiting for her. Like I want to go with her. So if you're playing with one sim, I feel like you're just like a whelp. But if you're playing with multiple sims, I don't think it would be as bad. So it kind of just depends on the way you're playing, I guess. So if you're playing with a lot of sims, you may not even really care, but you may care a lot in other ways. And it depends, again, your preferences and all of that. So that is my cons. And the pros list was definitely longer. So you guys can kind of, you know, figure out if you want the pack from that if you can't decide. If you want to like write down all the things I said and like figure out if you feel like this pack is worth it. At the end of the day, I think this is worth it 100%. I will tell you guys my 3 top packs are 100% Seasons, Cats and Dogs, and Island Living. For sure, there's so many packs that I love. Like, I love City Living, amazing. But if I had to pick 3 packs to buy, 100%, hands down, Seasons, Cats and Dogs, Island Living. Those are the 3 packs that I could not live without. I would live without them if I had to, because I love this game to death. But if I had 3 packs to buy, those would be it for sure. So, yeah. If you guys are having trouble deciding if you want to get this pack, hopefully this helps you guys. I feel like this was super long and rambly, and I'm gonna go. So hopefully I didn't like bore you guys. Hopefully this was helpful or interesting in any way, and let me know if there's any different pros and cons that you guys have for this pack from the gameplay videos you've seen. Maybe you have some different pros and some different cons. I don't know. Maybe some of the things that are cons for me are actually pros for you. It kind of just depends. So yeah, because we're all different, we all have different opinions, and that's what I love. So comment below your thoughts, and I'm gonna wrap this up here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys are all having an amazing day, and don't forget to leave some positivity down below. I love you guys all so much, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!
You gotta listen up, listen up. There's not a thing that I can't get from you. Boy, I don't need that much,